Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather Jr. Yesterday was history in the making. Some people liked it, some people didn't. I was one of those. I thought it was an okay fight. But I definitely think that later on, sorry I've got a bit of a sore throat. I definitely think that later on in the fight, I don't know, man. Manny Pacquiao really took his foot off the gas. Post-fight, I'm not a type of person who likes to make excuses. So that's why I just straight away, I went, and said that Floyd Mayweather Jr. deserves all the credit for beating Manny Pacquiao. And I just gave him full props because obviously I picked Manny Pacquiao to win the fight. But see, the thing is, I didn't address a few issues, okay? And I'm going to address a few issues right now because I really feel like I kind of jumped a bit, like, in the moment. Like, I tend to do that post-fight with a bit of excitement in me. But, like, upon analysis, there's a few things I wanted to discuss. Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2, a rematch. Is there any argument for it? I mean, first of all, who else is there? There's Amir Khan and Keith Thurman, late 2015, and Kell Brook. Kell Brook poses no threat. I mean, what is Kell Brook going to do to Floyd? Is he going to outbox Floyd? Over 12 rounds, is Kell Brook going to get a decision over Floyd Mayweather? You guys answer me that. Can he outbox Floyd Mayweather Jr., who, come on, 48-0. He's just beating Manny on points. Is he going to be the one to outbox him? Can Kell Brook outpoint the guy who should have won gold in the Olympics, who's had this tremendous amateur record, who's had a tremendous professional record, 48-0, one of the best? You really think Kell Brook's going to come and beat him on points? Do you think Kell Brook's going to knock him out? Maybe Kell Brook can knock him out, but I don't know. I don't see Floyd getting knocked out anytime soon. Kell Brook's a good fighter, but I just really don't see any threat level from Kell Brook. And Kell Brook's faced Sean Porter, but I really don't feel like he's got the experience to step in there with Floyd. He's still very new as Kell. He's been in boxing for a while, but he hasn't really faced many top tier opponents apart from Sean Porter. And let's be honest, he only beat Sean Porter by a little bit. But Kell Brook's a solid fighter, but for Floyd Mayweather Jr. at this moment in time, nah. I think I'd rather see Kell Brook. I'd like to see Kell Brook versus Marquez or Pacquiao. They're good fights for him, or Thurman. But as far as Floyd goes stylistically, I can't really see it, what that brings to the table. Thurman, knockout power. Is he going to outpoint Floyd? He's not going to outpoint Floyd. Thurman lost several rounds to Diego Chavez. He's lost rounds, and Thurman's, he's my boy. I do a lot of interviews with Keith, and he's such a cool guy. I mean, is he going to knock Floyd out? He's got the power to knock Floyd out, but I personally think that with Keith Thurman, the way he fights, he loads up his shots, and I really think that Floyd will just see that coming. And I mean, these fights, they're not really fights which are anything different. We've seen a lot of it in the past, and I really feel that we'll just continue to see it. If any of them two fighters jumped in, we see the same thing what we've seen from over many years. I don't think Keith can knock Floyd Mayweather flush out. Can't see it. Potentially he could, but I don't think it's likely. Basically, which brings on to the third fighter, Amir. I was before the Pacquiao fight, I used to think that Amir stands a really good chance to beat Floyd, and I still do think that Amir's got a good chance with Floyd Mayweather. I think stylistically he's a good fighter, but upon watching what he did to Pacquiao, I really think that Floyd dealt with the footwork. He showed how someone with educated feet can beat someone with quicker feet. He showed that to me, and I was rooting for Pacquiao. Not necessarily because I like Pacquiao, but because I picked Pacquiao to win, basically. But Mayweather Jr., he showed, what he's all about with his footwork, with his skills, with how he's so difficult to hit, even without the shoulder roll. I mean, the shoulder roll wasn't used once in that fight, really. I mean, you look at it, where did he use the shoulder roll? He didn't really use it. But without it, he just showed what a class fighter he is against a southpaw. I mean, then you put in Amir Khan into the equation. Amir's long, he's rangy, he's got speed, he's got a good jab, he's got everything what could trouble Floyd. But the reason I think that Amir would struggle is because Floyd's got that shoulder roll defense, and over the years Floyd's perfected it, and he's so good at it. He's practiced it so much that with Khan being orthodox, he'll in my opinion, just roll shots. But I mean, where does Amir stand a chance? Amir stands a chance because Amir's never been outboxed. To be able to use the shoulder roll with the speed of Amir, the combination punching of Amir, with Amir Khan being young, a heavy welterweight, you throw all that in. It's and Amir Khan is a back foot fighter. He's fast. He's very rangy. He's very rangy. He's got good control of range. He's a better boxer than Manny Pacquiao. I mean, you look at the sparring between Pacquiao and Khan. Pacquiao got the one punch in, the one that counted, the left hand. I think if that was a real fight, Pacquiao would have knocked Amir down with that punch because it landed really flush. That was a young Pacquiao as well, mind you. But I mean, if you look at who was landing the more punches, I really feel like Khan was landing the more punches points-wise. Khan was outpointing Pacquiao. I don't know, it's sparring. But Amir's a good fight for Floyd. I really think that's a good fight. But, I mean, aside from Amir, and I don't think the other two make any sense at all. I mean, Amir might be able to outpoint Floyd. It may be able to out-hustle him. Catch Floyd aging, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to disrespect Floyd Mayweather because, I mean, he's just proven everything. For me, he's proven everything. Which leaves the point, who else is there? Nobody else really. Which brings me back onto the point of Manny Pacquiao. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I heard before the fight. I swear to God, I'm not lying, and I've got no reason to lie. I don't lie. I heard that Pacquiao had this shoulder injury before the fight happened. That he's got a bum shoulder. Don't know what bum shoulder means, but he's got a bum shoulder. I heard that. I heard that Pacquiao's got a cut under the eye, but it wasn't a cut. Just some people thought that he did. It was just his bags were like that. And I also heard he had some problems with, he had some lumps in his hands or something, I don't know what. But I definitely heard that the shoulder was a big issue. I didn't address it in the post-fight because that would be me making excuses as to why I got the prediction wrong. But I mean, looking at it, really, I'm curious. Maybe Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather rematch should happen in September. It's a big fight. It's difficult to make with HBO Showtime because they've already made it once. It might be easier to make it again. There's not really much out there for Floyd. There's not really much out there for Manny. I mean, Manny's got Marquez 5, if Marquez took the fight, but there's not really much out there. There's Amir Khan for both. There's Kell for Manny. But there's not really much out there for either fighter, both of them. And after all the build-up and all the talk, why not see a second fight? I know the first fight was a little bit disappointing, but maybe it was because of the shoulder. I mean, let's be realistic. If Manny has genuinely had that shoulder injury, and I mean, when have you ever seen really Manny just lie out of his teeth? You know, like, maybe he gets a little bit delusional with things. I mean, I think he was delusional after the fight that he thought he won. But maybe that's the crowd that was kind of playing into it and stuff. I just think maybe he just thought he won the fight. I don't think he lied. I mean, there was moments in the fight where we saw glimpses of Pacquiao doing well, and then you've got to ask yourself, why did Manny? I mean, it's definitely in people's minds. Like, why did Manny step off the gas so much in rounds 11 and 12? I get that he felt the power, and the same thing happened with Canelo. And I said this, like, the same thing happened with Canelo. Same things happened before with other fighters. They feel the power and they don't fancy it. But I mean, this is Manny Pacquiao we're talking about. I mean, why would he not at least throw a few punches in the 12th round? I mean, he was using a lot of footwork. He was cutting the ring, but he just wasn't letting go for some reason. He wasn't letting his hands go. And it did seem that there was something wrong, because if there was nothing wrong, why would he not? And I've got to get this off. It feels good getting this off my chest, because there was something inside there which I didn't say, something was just holding me back. Maybe that shoulder injury did prevent him from performing to his maximum capability, but then, see, nobody goes in the ring 100%. I'm sure Floyd had injuries. Hold on. I'm sure Floyd Mayweather had injuries, but look, man, you go into a fight, you adjust and whatnot. I feel like Manny Pacquiao is a less ferocious version of his 2009 self, and he's a former shadow of himself. I think without Elixir Reese in his corner, he's really suffered. I think Freddie Roach turned out to be an overrated trainer at the end of everything, at the end of this era. I really feel like Freddie Roach is kind of... I mean, what did he do with Amir Khan? You know, and there was another fighter as well. There was another fighter, I forget, but what did he really do with Amir? I mean, Amir went to Virgil and Amir improved significantly. But you look with Manny Pacquiao, I know Freddie Roach has developed Pacquiao a bit. I mean, aside from that, Freddie Roach is a good trainer, but, you know, in this fight, I mean, when Amir Khan got knocked down by Danny Garcia, the device wasn't really coming from Freddie Roach. It wasn't that good. And before the fight, I did think that Freddie Roach was a good trainer, but looking at Freddie Roach's demeanour in this fight, when Pacquiao was behind, I didn't see no urgency in the corner. Where was the urgency from Freddie Roach? Yo, go knock this guy out. You need a knockout to win. I didn't hear that. Floyd Senior, on the other hand, surprisingly to me, I thought Roger was a better trainer than Floyd Senior, but, you know, I've been up and down with Floyd Senior. Like, I thought to myself once that Floyd Senior was a good trainer when we saw him come back from Robert Guerrero Canelo, but then when he got against Maidana, I felt that Roger could have helped him with being more aggressive and whatnot. But Floyd Senior really, like, he was telling Floyd the right things after the right hand follow with the left hook. Like I said before the fight as well, like the left hook, the straight left hook, and the that should be a key for Floyd, and he didn't throw that. The check hook wasn't there for some reason as well, and I didn't get why that wasn't there. I think that could have helped Floyd a little bit, maybe helped him perform better. But the truth of the matter is, I felt like Floyd could have performed better, but definitely Manny could have as well, you know. And maybe a rematch wouldn't be so bad. Maybe in a rematch, because there's not really much else out there. There's Khan, there is Amir, and Amir poses a solid threat to Floyd, I think. But as a fan, I wouldn't mind seeing a Pacquiao rematch, because there's a few things which are just still, like, not... I don't know, the chapter for me, it's not really... I've not really got closure, you know. Like, there's still questions in my mind. Is Manny old? Is, you know, because that could be it. Manny could be old, but I don't think so, because you look at the Tim Bradley fight, it was there. Tim Bradley, Algeria, the punches were flowing. But, I mean, for some reason against Floyd, and, you know, I said that it's due to Floyd's power, and it could well be that Floyd was stopping Manny from getting his punches off, but, I mean, what if it wasn't that? What if it was the shoulder? I mean, I'm not making no excuses, you know, I keep it real, but what if it was the shoulder? You know, what if it was the shoulder? What if the shoulder did hinder Pacquiao's performance? Because there was definitely something there what was stopping Manny from getting off. Maybe it was Floyd's power, maybe, but maybe it was the shoulder. I mean, how do we know? How do we know how serious it was? I mean, I did hear about this before the fight happened, but let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments in the section below. Do you guys want to see a rematch? I personally wouldn't mind. If Amir Khan can't face Floyd Mayweather in September for Ramadan, because of Ramadan, I definitely don't want to see no Danny Garcia fight against Mayweather. That's not something I really want to see. I'd rather see the Pacquiao rematch. I feel that with Floyd's last fight, he deserves to do whatever he wants. But personally, I think maybe let's call for another Pacquiao rematch, guys. I think let's just see what happens, man. You know what I mean? Maybe Floyd might shut him out again, but I mean, it's better than seeing a Danny Garcia fight and lesser fighters fight him. You know, it's Pacquiao. At least Pacquiao gave him a left hand and wobbled him, and you saw the combination that he threw in. Floyd was on the ropes. I mean, maybe in a rematch, I mean, Pacquiao lost against Bradley, swing whichever way you like. A rematch, you beat him. Maybe in a rematch, it could be different. Maybe Floyd dominates him more because Floyd performs better in rematches. But I mean, there's not much else out there. It's good for boxing. Maybe rematch. I don't know. What do you guys think? If you come to the section below, make sure you subscribe as always. Don't take the win away from Floyd. That is the most annoying thing what people are doing, taking away the win from Floyd. Comment section below, subscribe as always. Let me know what you guys think about the rematch in a bit.